it's your girl, Deshonda Carter, but you can call me DC. Thanks so much for tuning in today to my show, When the Blue Comes Off. Sit back, relax, take notes, do what you like, and let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my very special guest, none other than the fantastic New York City Department of Corrections officer, Abigail Raymond. Woo! I finally got the intro right, okay?
Yes, I love it.
I don't know. I think I could do like announcing. You know how like the sports people, they announce the players and stuff like that? I might could do
I,
that. What you think?
I think you can. I believe in it. I'm with it. I mean, I always wanted to do the people for the soccer team.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because I got it. I got it down pat. I've been been watching soccer all my life. So the moment I just want to do the one part when they be like, I'm for it. I got it. I got the win for it, baby.
Okay, listen, I don't think I've ever watched soccer, and I did not know that, so I have to go check that out and see what it is that you're talking about. But that sounds crazy.
Yo, you said big. Yo, I don't know. You've been missing out, man.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go check it out. And if anybody out there in the When the Blue Comes Off family are soccer fans, y'all might want to get with Abigail Raymond because she sounds like she is all in and she would be a great person to watch a game with. But I digress. Let's get into this story with you today. Abby, what made you want to be a New York City Department of Corrections officer?
What? Honestly, truthfully, and everything, I love corrections. Please don't get it twisted. But originally, I did not want to be a correction officer. I wanted to be a policewoman.
Okay. So how did that, change?
Well, honestly, it changed when I actually started working in corrections when I was 21, as a dental assistant.
Really?
Yeah, I was a dental assistant for a very long time.
Okay.
For over a decade, I was a dental assistant on Rikers Island.
Wow. And you already had the inside knowledge of how the facilities were ran, so you knew what you was getting into when you decided to go into that field.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a dental assistant at 21.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
I'm not gonna name no names, but truthfully, honestly, it was the officers that. I mean, well, I am an officer, but I'm just saying let's go back in time. It was my friends, my officer friends, that were like, no offense, no disrespect, you're wasting your time on that side. Come on this side. Like, you need to come on to the blue side. Let the DA. What I used to say, I was the DA because it's dental assistant.
Okay.
You need to let that life go. It's you have more opportunities with the darker side than you do with that side. So I was like, are you serious? My journey was a bit interesting. I actually took the test. I took the test with a friend. She was like, oh, I'm taking it. I'm about to be a correctional officer. She's like, come and take it with me. So I took it, and I didn't even understand how I scored in the 90s. For the life of me, I didn't even know. And I was just like going for play, not even to be serious about it. Because I was like, I don't think I want to be a correctional officer. I was like, I'm not trying to be stuck. The way it looks, like, it wasn't for me.
Right.
But at the age of 25, I felt like, and for me, in my personal mindset, I wasn't mature enough for that job.
Okay.
I felt that for me, I was too of a wild child. Like, no, I'm not staying. You're not gonna tell me I'm stuck. That sounds like a you issue. I'm out.
Right.
as a young person, you got that type of mindset and energy that, the sun rises and sets on your timetable. So I don't want to get to the gate and you telling me I can't go home or I can't go do what I want to do.
Right.
I didn't understand that mindset.
And you knew this because you were already working in the facility. So you already knew that this would be a possibility that could possibly happen to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I knew it was going to happen.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I'm not built for that. Or, I mean, from all the years I was there as a DA, as a dental assistant, I saw the good, bad, and the ugly of DOC.
Right.
And when I decided late in my years to really just like, all right, you know what? Let me do this. And it was a friend of mine that had a very serious heart-to-heart conversation with me. And she made it kind of like, listen, I understand you love what you do. It is what it is, but when you sit down, and she showed me the math. Like I always say to people, show me the math, show me how the money works.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm intrigued. So she showed me how it works. She's like, you don't always get stuck every day. This is this is that. You know what? You could finagle this and you could move around that. And, I was excited actually after a while because I was like, it's either I do PD or I just do corrections. And I had to make that one choice.
So did you take the test for New York City Police Department as well? Or that was
Honestly,
just something that you had in your mind to do?
When the opportunity arose, I chose corrections.
Okay.
I chose what was comfortable to me.
Okay.
I fell in love with corrections.
Now, how long have you been with the department?
I've been with the department as an officer.
Yes, as an officer.
Since 2016. So I guess about 8 years.
Okay. So in that tenure, okay, you went in, you took the test, and you went in, you took the test, you got appointed. Now, in your 10 years as a DA, did you work in one facility or did you go to several different ones?
I've worked several different ones. I believe the only 2 facilities I didn't work was Brooklyn and VCBC. I did not work those 2. I've worked Manhattan House, I was about to say ARDC. I'm sorry. It's RNDC, AMKC, EMTC, GMDC, Rosie's. I've worked majority all the jails except those 2.
Mm-hmm. So now, when you went through the academy and you did your OJT and your facility tours and things of that nature, and you got assigned a facility, what facility did you get assigned to?
I got assigned to actually MKC C95.
Why you say it like that? She's like, I got assigned to.
I will, if anybody that was there that day would tell you, I was not for it. I was not beat for it. I did not want to go to 95. 95, I'm sorry. I love you guys, please. I want to add that discussion. Because at first, I didn't know. I just knew what I heard. Because, like I said, it's kind of like I have a magic glass. I was just looking into the crystal ball. I knew it was coming already. And I knew 95 was the overtime jail. And I was like, the same thing I just said I was avoiding with a passion came smack me right in the face. Like, baby, you in here. You're ours.
So now, once you get to 95, how long did you stay there?
I was there in 95 up until 2021.
Okay.
By the time I worked my way up from a D officer on the floor, doing 20 hours a day working, to getting a position in intake, new admissions.
Okay. Well, I would have thought you would have tried to get back to the clinic since you was DA. Like, the ins and outs of the clinic. So I thought maybe you would have tried to be a officer. in the
In the clinic?
uh-huh.
Yeah. I thought about it, but then I was like, I became kind of like a clinic officer because the thing that people don't understand, like certain people don't know about new admissions, is that the new admission officer does work the clinic. I work the clinic and I work intake. I just belong to intake. Like I'm an intake officer,
Right.
but I'm in the clinic because I'm doing their new admission process where they have to come in and, we help them get their medication, do the process of coming into the facility.
Right.
Yeah, so I was doing that for almost 2 years.
In
Well, almost
95?
3. Yes.
And 95's intake is huge.
Yeah, we have 2, actually.
Yeah, I
We have the
know. It's
front and then we
huge.
have the back.
Okay, so you put your time in. You said, "All right, I'm gonna go into 95. I really don't want to do this, but I'm here. I'm gonna make the best of it." You went from a housing area officer. You then transitioned to intake. That's my area, intake captain over here.
Yeah.
And then from there, you eventually moved to another facility. Yes.
Yes. So what had happened, what had really had happened
What
was
had happened was,
EMTC had shut down. So once EMTC shut down, right after that, COVID hit.
wait a minute.
And
You mean 95 shut down?
no, not 95, EMTC.
So wait
The
a minute.
first
So
year
when you left 95, you went where?
we went to EMTC.
Right, but
Technically.
that was your initial transfer. It wasn't because the facility closed. You had transferred into 95. I mean to 76, correct?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it was kind of like it wasn't like a transfer at first. It was more of it became, when EMTC shut down, it became the new admission building for COVID. Once COVID hit, they had to reopen EMTC as a COVID jail, and they kind of extended 95. So
Okay.
EMTC became like what you call the annex of 95. So, because most of the people in it was just 95 workers. So that way we can deal with the new admissions in that jail. And then once they clear the COVID, once they pass the 2-week mark, then they ship them to whatever jail they're going to ship them, or they ship them to 95, the real 95.
Gotcha.
Then they closed EMTC again, and they shipped us because they made OBCC the new admission building now. And when we got there, that's when I went from 95 EM, well, I guess 95 Annex, then to OBCC. And from OBCC, I just got stuck there. Then when OBCC closed, I went to GRVC. And from GRVC, now I'm back at EMTC.
Ooh, you did a lot of moving in your 6 years, your 8 years.
Right? Yeah. In 2 years, I did a lot of moving within 2 years. I was
Okay,
on
well
a
that's
world
good.
tour.
You were able to be exposed to different facilities and the way
Yes.
that they operate. So you have a lot of insight on different areas. So that's a good thing for you.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes,
out
it
of
is.
all of those facilities thus far, right? Thus far, because you still got a little bit of time ahead of you now. Which
Yeah.
one was your favorite so far?
Honestly, I'll always say it, 95.
You
I
don't
do.
want to say it?
I know that's what I want to say,
Okay.
but because I'll be honest with you, I know that a lot of people feel like, oh my God, 95. No, nah, it's true. It is honestly true. 95 is, we are a family.
Well, I've always
Regardless
heard
of,
it has the best camaraderie. Everyone that comes out of there says every jail, to be honest with you, will
yes.
say their jail has the best camaraderie. So it's nothing that I have not heard before about 95. My mother actually worked in 95 for a period of her career. I think she went back there twice. She worked there 2 different
Yeah.
occasions. However, I have been told on a numerous amount of occasions that 95 was the best facility. Now, with that being
Yeah.
said, you still have some time, and because you are still an active officer, we're not going to really get too deep into the DOC. This was just a little introduction to let the people know that you come from the New York City Department of Correction. You love your job, and
Yes.
here's a question for you. At this state, you've been in there 8 years. they just announced, I saw on the news recently that they're looking to hire. I think they increased the salary. So people are sitting at home, they're looking at TV in this day and age, they're listening to the news, but they have these advertisements say, hey, come be a New York City Department of Corrections officer. Someone knows you, they like, hey, what do you think? Is this something that I should do? What's your advice to them as of your position where you stand today?
I'm gonna be. It depends on the person. It depends on who it is that asks me. I I believe that honestly and truthfully, DOC is not for everyone. It's not. You gotta have a certain type of clear understanding of what you're walking into. DOC is truly a great job. It truly is. It's just that mentally, emotionally, and physically, you have to be prepared for it. Because number one, you know, you it's just not for the weak. I'm so sorry if anybody feels offended by that, but it's not built for the weak. Because you remember, you're dealing with people that sit for 24 hours thinking of how to manipulate you. And you have to know how to block that and understand the position that you're going to be playing. You are basically in charge of someone's life, not just someone, but a group of people at a time. You have to have integrity. It's not easy without it. It's hard. If you don't have integrity, it's going to be a hard job for you. And a lot of people get caught up. But if someone comes to me and asks me, I will tell them the truth. Listen, DFC is a beautiful job. If you understand what you're walking into and you have a love for helping people, DOC is the route for you. But if you're coming in because you just want the money, then DOC is not for you. You need to have a little bit more than just the goal for making money, because people have this weird understanding that, we're rich because we supposedly on paper make six figures. Yeah, we do, but guess what? That six figures is a lot that comes behind it.
Right.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to join, but I think you need to check deep in your heart and know if this is really for you. Because you don't want to be caught up on the news talking about you bringing in well, they do. Yeah, everybody knows what contraband is, right? Like drugs, cell phones and stuff like that.
Right.
Those people, those certain individuals cannot have that. So, it's not cute when they gotta walk you out. It's not pretty at all.
But I just want to go back really quick with you stating that it's the job that you have to really care about people, right? You can't just go in there for the money, which is going to kind of segue us into the second part of our interview, which is why you do what you do. Because not only do you want to help people in corrections, right? That's just something that you have a passion for overall. So with that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with Abby. And she's going to tell you, although she's currently in the New York City Department of Corrections, and she is a person who is who likes to mentor and work with people, and in that regard, we're going to talk about what she does when she's not working 8 to 16 and a half hours a day. So we'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. And Abby, get ready, because we're going to tell them about her throne.
This has been brought to you by Simply Carter Corp, your one-stop shop for all of your entertainment and party needs. Contact Simply Carter Corp for any special occasion. You can find them on Facebook at Simply Carter Corp, on Instagram at Simply Carter Corp. You can check out their website at www.simplycartercorp.com. Give them a call at 845-682-0022, or you can shoot them an email at hello@simplycartercorp.com. Simply Carter Corp, a brand for everyone.
Welcome back, guys. We are here with the fantastic, caring, none other than New York City Department of Correction Officer, Miss Abigail Raymond. Welcome back,
Yes.
Abby. Now, listen, let's talk about her throne. Tell the people what her throne is and how did you come up with that?
Wow. Ooh, I'm so excited. This is my favorite topic in the world. Her Throne is a company that I created solely to transform women emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. It was a dream of mine for a very long time. I noticed since I was a kid, I love to help people. Anybody, friends, enemies, it doesn't matter. I've always had a helping heart. So I combined it with what I know. So the women in my family, they're very strong, and the men in my family are even stronger. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the things that I was taught throughout my years of life, I actually put it all together, and it was like, okay, it works. Because there's a lot of women that doesn't have that had a support system or have a support system as I did. You know,
right.
I have an older cousin, I'm Haitian American, so AKA that's my aunt.
Okay.
We're gonna leave it like that. She was one of my role models, to be honest. She was magnificent. Like, in my eyes, she couldn't do no wrong. She was young. She was beautiful, educated, businesswoman. And I was just like, oh my God, I want to be, grow up. But then it wasn't just her. It was my older cousin, my other older cousin. She was like, she almost made it into the Women NBA League. Like, she was awesome. She played basketball. She was she was a Delta. I was like, I want to do everything she did.
Mm-hmm.
And then my number one role model, even though she don't be feeling like she did sometimes, my mom. My mom, I don't know. I still to this day, I don't understand her black girl magic. Because I just don't. I don't get it. It's just like, my mom always had a way of finesse about her. The way she had a charisma about her. She just draws people in. And, I love my mom to death for that. Like, I was just like, I want to be like that. If I can combine all these women that I know into one thing, what was it? They were her. Her is them.
Gotcha.
Now, her is me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when people see my logo, the woman that sits on the throne has no face. And I purposely did it that way because I want women to know that is you.
So they will be putting their face in that silhouette that's there. Like, that is you. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. That's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, because you are the queen. As women, I'm not a mom yet. Not saying that I don't, but if anybody wants to reach out, drop the number in my DMs or something. Just saying, I'm not, I'm just playing, but I'm just saying.
All right, now, when you get these DMs, don't call me, talk about girl, all right? Just let you know, you put it out there for everybody to DM you to be your baby daddy. But go ahead.
Right. No baby daddies. I'm looking for a husband.
Okay.
Quality, please.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I'm quick with the block. But besides that, it's just a way of saying thank you. Thank you for being a mom. Thank you for being my sister. Thank you for being my cousin.
Right.
Thank you for being my mentor. Thank you for being, you know, all that you've been. Thank you for being a friend.
Right.
Thanks for being my backbone. You know, thanks for being the wind under my wings. Thank you for just being there when I needed a shoulder to cry on.
So
It's like
what is the
you
actual
there.
function though of her throne? What does it do?
So right now, outside of right now, I'm starting to do my mentorship. I'm coming into full fruition of doing mentoring. So if anybody needs mentoring, again, hit me up on my
Mentoring in what
DMs.
area? What would a person come to you for
Basically,
mentoring for?
life coaching. Anything with life coach. I've been working on becoming a life coach, helping people, guide them through whatever journey in life that they're going through, especially because I've been through so much in my life that I do have experience, knowledge, and understanding of different things. That's why I do recommend healing. Healing by going to therapy. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy. I go to therapy. Um, because it actually helps you bring everything to the surface for you to deal with it and move on. Her Throne also is a business that I was into for event coordinating. Like I love coordinating things. I have no clue to why I like doing it. I just always want to decorate something, fix something, or put something somewhere. It's bad. It's bad. Coordinate events or any of the sort. It's like I created Her Throne as an umbrella of a business where it does different things, but mainly it's covering right now traveling. That's another one of my beautiful passions, aka addictions. I love to travel.
Okay.
Yes, so I am also a travel agent.
Okay, so we have travel agent going on. We love multiple streams of income over here, baby. We
Yes,
love that. Okay, so we can get
yes,
into that all day.
exactly. Warren Buffett, he mentioned that, and for you to be successful or even wealthy, you need to have 7 lines of resources of income.
And people, so I'm glad you had to tell them that Warren Buffett said it, because when people look at me, they say, "Oh, there she goes, she's doing something else, doing something
She
else."
doing
You know what I
she doing
mean?
too
But
much.
they
I
don't
know.
understand that with the way that the economy is, the way that life is going, it's not enough.
It's really not. Like I tell people, I was like, you know, it's a beautiful thing, but the way times are going and the way things are, you can't just keep doing one thing. And if you are doing one thing, it's cool. It's your thing. It's just, listen, people, stay in your lane, drive at your own speed. Won't be no accidents.
Exactly. Exactly.
I quote that from someone else, but it's true though. It works.
Right. Stop worrying about what they doing over here in the slow, medium, and fast. Whichever lane you choose to drive in, that is your lane. Don't worry about who's on the left or the right of you. Just focus on your goal. So if a person is saying, listen, I need some mentoring, I need some coaching because I'm not really sure what I need to do, they can call up Her Throne and get some guidance and some mentorship. Is that what I'm
Yes.
hearing from you?
Yes, that is exactly what you're hearing. If that's what they need, I am here for it. Because like I said, I've been with my friends, family, everybody. I don't know why people come to me to ask me for anything, for any type of advice. and and I give great advice, which is a thing that a lot of people used to tell me. They was like, "Oh my God, you have a great advice. Oh, okay, you do show a different perspective of things." Like I tell people, a therapist is not here to tell you what to do. That's not my job. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, okay, well, I need you to go left. I need you to choose him. I need you to go there. I need you to sit. I'm not gonna do that. Everything I'm going to do, as per the mentorship, is to lead you or be a tour guide. I'm just a tour guide. But you gotta book the flight. You need to book this trip. You need to do everything that you need to do to get to where I need you to be, which is a decision you make on your own. I will give you the options, the choices, and then you decide what you really want to do. That's what true mentorship is.
That's amazing. So when you go from Her Throne to Our Throne, tell me about that.
So her throne decided she wants to grow. So we created me and my best friend, my road dog, my family. My family, Antoinette, aka, to me, I call her Nettie. I'm sorry, guys. If y'all hear me say Nettie, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Her name is Antoinette Anderson. We came together. We actually co-authored on a book. That was the most important thing. Her throne also is, she's an author.
Well, we'll get into that part. So
Yeah.
So we're going from her throne to our throne. So
Yeah.
let's
Come
stay
on,
with that, and
everybody.
then we'll pick up where the book aspect comes in.
Yes. So, all right, let's get in the car. We're going over to our throne now. We're going to say goodbye to her throne for right now. Our throne was actually created because we've come as a collective. Me and Antoinette came together. We was like, okay, we want to still help the community, but we wanted to do it together. And we help. Our throne is now a community where it's like people can come to us for different things. We're also expanding, where we're going into soon. We're going to be doing clothing lines. We're going to be doing other projects. There's a few projects in the works,
Okay.
Yeah, so our throne is more like active, more, let's say, her throne is more private. Our throne is more community, more open. That's where I could put it. That's what our throne is. So our throne covers, like, if anybody's doing any community group things, we're there. We're here to help. We're here to push. We're here to advocate for women's rights. That's a big thing. Oh, we need to advocate for women's rights on Rikers Island, actually, at this particular moment. Our throne is in the mix of doing that because a sexual assault is high on Rikers.
Really?
Yeah. I know that people don't. Actually, let me make this clear. Sexual assault is not just always physical. It can also be verbal. For women. It's very. It's a thin line, but to constantly have men, do certain things, like that's why I said this job is hard. It's going to be harder for a woman because you have to if you work in the men's facility, you have to deal with a lot of unsavory things where you gotta understand that men will use you as a distraction. It's the best way to put it. You deal with them doing what men do. Best way to say masturbating, or they come at you also verbally to break you down, throw slurs at you, all type of things. So, yeah.
So the Our Throne is not just for law enforcement, though, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, so the Her Throne is individualized mentorship and coaching, and bringing some type of one-on-one to the individual. But the Our Throne is more of a community effort, collaborative, and being more physically out in the community where people can come and do different things and network with Our Throne. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify. I wanted to clarify the two so that, people could get a great understanding. But they will be able to do that once toward the end of this. You will be able to give them your socials and give them your with resources that they can find you, and then they can talk further into which one would be a better opportunity for them to participate in, whether it be Her Throne or Our Throne. But just to kind of piggyback a little bit, not only do you travel, not only do you work 8 to 16 and a half hours a day, not only have you started this business as Her Throne, but you are also a co-author in a book which is called Uncuffed Voices. Her story is my story. By the way, your chapter is 12, but okay. If anybody wants to know, our chapter is 12. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I've had quite a few of the authors on there. Let me see if I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of the authors from Uncuffed Voices. Well, actually 9 of the authors, and I had Chanel Dickerson, who was the visionary for the collaboration to begin with. But how did you become a part of that collaboration?
Ooh. Okay. Now listen here. Don't tell nobody, right?
No, we're not going to tell nobody. Just the viewers and the listeners. Yeah, we're not going to tell nobody. We promise. Shh.
Okay, that's our secret.
Our secret.
So, actually, the story of me becoming part of the book, becoming one of the co-authors, was actually interesting. It was me and Antoinette.
It's fine. You already did a disclaimer that Antoinette was Nettie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as I told you, I love to travel. So me and Nettie, we were in Dubai, and she was telling me, she's like, yo, I'm super tired. I got to go write this chapter. And I'm like, write a chapter? What are you talking about? She was like, she was like, I wanted to talk to you about this later on, but since we're on the topic, I'm writing a book. What? She's like, yeah. She was like, I had mentioned your name to Chanel, which is the visionary, about you, but I wanted to talk to you first about it. I said, what? Wait a minute, hold on. Because we was on our way back from one of the excursions. So I was already tired, but I was like, hold on, wait a minute. What? You already was talking about me? I love it. I am a class clown. Please understand. I was like, girl, I love it. I know you love me. That's why you want to talk about me. I got you. She was like, just shut up. No. She was like, I just figured you'd probably be, a good fit for the book. I was like, really? I was like, I wanted to be an author. Well, actually, I always wanted to write a book. Let me not say author, because I wasn't even thinking about the name author until I became one. I wanted to write a book, but I wanted to write like a memoir of my life, because I think I lived an exciting life, and it's time for me to put it out in the streets.
All right, honey. Well, you are the author of your own story, so.
Yes. I felt like that, and I was explaining that to her. I said, yeah, with all the things that I've been through, good, bad, ugly, and the ugliest, I felt like my story would help a lot of women. So she's like, oh my God. She's like, well, that's part of the title of the book. Her story is your story. And she was just like, listen, I'm going to give you the number. Call her right away. Call Chanel and let her know you want to be part of the book. Anything you need, I got you. I was like, you know what? I really want to do this. From just sitting on that bus ride back to the hotel, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up. I had to calculate the time because, being in Dubai and in America, we 10 hours ahead. So I didn't want to call the lady at 3 a.m. And, I didn't know if she had a man or not, but I didn't want nobody diddy bopping nobody in the middle of the night talking about who that.
Right.
I'm trying to keep happy homes now.
Right. Like me and my breakfast this morning. Very good. Yes, understood.
Yeah. So I made sure I called her bright and early. I was like, listen, I'm ready. I want to do this. Where do I sign? I'm signed. I already signed. Just send me my stuff now.
So it was a good experience, a good learning experience for you, I gather. So now that you had the fundamentals of an experience of what goes into doing a book, do you think that that's something that you will again work on your own, like your own personal memoirs or a full, complete written book for yourself, by yourself? Is that something that we can expect in the future?
Yes, actually, I'm a leak this one. I'm actually in the mix of trying to create a kind of another book.
Okay.
A book, but it's a collaboration also.
Okay.
pertaining to, again, like I told you, her throne covers these certain things. So her throne is working on doing a relationship book.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
We all need some relationship guidance. But in that relationships, when you say relationships, that can be husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, mother and daughter, son and father, son and daughter, any type of relationship, right?
Yes.
Because every interaction with people are relationships. So what exactly are you pinpointing on? Is it romantic relationships?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit more.
Well,
And after that, you
please.
tell me no more. Okay.
Well, I'm a little nosy.
Yeah, it's romantic. It's more of a relationship as dating, marriage. So I want to cover divorce, marriage, and single life. I am the single life, and I have a few women that have been married for over 10 years. And I have women that's been married for over 20 years, giving their input on what it was to have the longevity. And then I have women on there that has been married and they're happily divorced.
Me. Go ahead.
Yes. So being happily divorced, and I know people. How are you happily divorced? There are bitter divorced people. Sorry, I love y'all. I'm here for y'all. If y'all need mentoring, call me.
Well, nobody really gets married to get divorced, right? So some people are bitter because they thought this was their end. They thought this was their person. And the reality was it wasn't, for one reason or another, or it could have been them. They could have messed up the relationship. But nonetheless, relationship books are always good, especially when you have a resource, meaning people who have sustained 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years of marriage. Those are the people that you look to for advice versus someone who's single, who has never been married, and has no idea of what it would take to be in that type of relationship.
Yeah. Don't come for us single people now. Don't come for us.
I'm just saying.
But actually, I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do agree with you, and I think that's what motivated me to find someone that is in that type of bracket. Mm-hmm. No offense or anything to anyone. I'm a learner. I love to learn. I love to. My family has always been with wisdom. They always given you what we call a lecture, kind of like guidance. It's not like a lecture, it's more guidance. Well, baby girl, you got to be careful. A snake is always a snake. Us Asian people, we have so many proverbs. It's just not, parables. It's not even funny.
Right, right. I get it.
So, yeah, and trust me, it's a beautiful thing. I feel like my target audience would always be single people because I've never been married. So I can't come to a table and talk about, okay, well, since you're married, you're supposed to do this, this, and this. How am I supposed to tell you that if I ain't never been there?
Well, that's my point. That's why I'm saying it's okay to gather the information and gather the experts in that field, at you being the single person, and you can go out and recruit the people that have the information, and they in turn can bring it collectively to your audience. So even as the single audience, they can use that information as a stepping stone to what they need to do in their relationships when they get them. So it could be for those people, or it could be the people who are just young in their marriage, 1-2 years, something to give them aspirations and things to help push them through in their relationship. So you have a lot of work cut out for you, and we're going to anticipate looking forward to receiving this new upcoming project that you have, hopefully within the upcoming year. So tell the people where they can find you, number one, on social media, and where they can purchase your book currently, The Uncuffed Voices, and any other information that you want to share with them about finding you, her throne, our throne, anything like that, this is your time to do that and give the listeners your information.
Yay. All right, guys. So if you want to reach out to me, if you have Instagram, my Instagram for her throne is, well, actually, let me give you the book because that's going to be most important. So you can purchase Uncut Voices on our website, which is our throne. Our Throne LLC .square.site. Let me say it one more time. You could purchase the book at Our Throne LLC .square.site. That's where you can purchase the book. Also, if you want to reach out to us, you can email us at ourthronellc@gmail.com.
Okay, guys, I hope you got a pen. But if you didn't get a pen and you didn't get that information, all of this will be in the caption of our YouTube. So make sure you follow me Simply Carter Corp on YouTube so that way you can have this information at your fingertips at any time you're ready. Okay.
Yes. If they want to do private things, you have to reach me on my Her Throne, which is her throne LLC @gmail.com. That's if you want to reach out to me on that platform for any private mentorships or any, things that you want to do. That's where you can find me. Now, if you want to follow my Instagram, it is Her Throne LLC. You can find me on that. I know most people probably want to go on my private page, but that if you do see Abby Ray _23, if you do send me a request, please understand that I do screen my request because it's my private page, it's my family and stuff and other things on it, so I may not accept your request. So your best bet is to just go under Her Throne LLC.
Do you have anything for your travel business that they can reach out to you for?
They could do that under the Her Throne. Her Throne. Yes, just email me and I will send you all the information from there. Because that one also has my numbers and everything on it. So I will send you to that once you send the email. Send me an email letting me know that you're looking for travel, and I will send you all the information. So go to my Her Throne LLC at gmail.com. What is the tongue twister about Her Throne LLC @gmail.com?
Well, I want to thank you so much, Abby, for taking the time out for me today. I know it's been a long time. We wanted to get you on earlier ever since the book had came out, but due to scheduling conflicts and a lot of different things that took place, we just were not able to do that. So I'm glad you made it in 2024. And we're looking forward to all the things that you have going on, the things that you currently have, your future endeavors. And we're here for it. We're going to support you at the When the Blue Comes Off family. Is there any last shout outs that you want to give? Anyone you want to give any special thank you, hers, this, that, and the third? You don't have any kids, but you might want to give some shout outs to the aunties, the cousins, That's what you said, so.
Yes. I want to give a special shout out to my mom, the first queen of queens. I want to give a shout out to my aunt, second queen of queens. I don't know if I'm going to just say her first name, Marie. She know who she is. I want to give a shout out to her. I want to give a shout out to my aunt. Dang, you know what? I want to give a shout out to my Aunt Paula. I want to give a shout out to my great grandmother, my grandmothers. I want to give a shout out to all my family members. I just want to say thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for all their guidance, their love, their judgment, no judgment free zone. I also want to thank my late father for just helping me realize what it's what it means to be a queen, to be a princess, actually. But to help me develop who I am as a queen. I do want to say that with just so much love. I miss him so much, but I need to give him that special shout out. Thanks, Dad, for softening me up.
That's beautiful. Making you your family, making you the person that you are today, the caring, compassionate individual that you are, working in the New York City jail system, being one of the boldest for the New York City Department of Corrections, and being committed to helping women to live out their dreams and be a mentor to them. So I think you would do your dad real proud. And I'm sure he's looking down at you saying, that's my little princess.
Yeah, his heavy hitter. I'm his heavy hitter.
Okay. Well, again, I want to thank you so very much for taking the time with me today. And again, guys, make sure you follow Abby on all of her social media platforms. We will be linking down her email addresses and her socials. So thank you. And we look forward to seeing you the next time on When the Blue Comes Off. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And I look forward to bringing you many more, all with positive vibes. Remember, whatever you do it from the heart with love and passion. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.